Hello and welcome along to the next episode of my Camper Conversion YouTube channel. So this video is going to be an unboxing and testing video. I don't normally do all of the YouTube unboxing videos, this, that, the other. I just leave that up to other people, generally not of interest to me. But as you can see, I've got a nice big parcel here, and in this parcel I've got one of the cheap Chinese diesel night heaters that's going to be going into one of my camper vans. So I'm going to be unboxing it out. Once it's out, I'm going to go through everything that you get included with this package. Then I'm going to try and get it set up on a test bench, just to get it test fired up, just to make sure it's 100% working, see what it's like before going through the full rigmarole of fitting it into the van. There should be another video coming soon on my channel showing how I fit this into the van, so do subscribe and keep an eye on my channel. There's plenty of content on there already. And if you do find this video useful, leave a comment and give a good old thumbs up. So this diesel heater, it's taken a good chunk of time to arrive. It was supposed to have arrived a week ago. It's around about 2.5 weeks since I placed the order, and it's just finally arrived today. It should have the digital control panel inside it as well, but we'll see whether they've actually sent out the right one or not. So let's get cracked on, get this package opened up and see what's in it. So as you can see on the top of the package, that is the 10-litre fuel tank that you generally get supplied with the cheap diesel heaters. You can either use this to mount it internally inside the van, or you can tap into the actual van fuel feed. I'm probably going to actually be fitting this external tank nicely fitted into the back of the van. I'll show that when I actually get around to doing the fitting video. That's part of the fuel pump system, maybe. That's the silencer. You generally do need to fit these because I've seen a couple of videos online and they are notoriously loud if you don't fit the silencer. So we'll get that fitted in as well. I've got a couple of boxes and a basic instruction manual, and hopefully this will be in English. And it looks as though it might be. Yep, that's good to see. Presuming this is the actual heater unit itself. That's your mounting plate for the bottom, and that'll be all the pipes and venting ducting. And there's the unit itself. It's actually a little bit smaller than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was a little bit bigger than that, so that's good. Which means it's just going to be a little bit more compact when it gets fitted in. That's what I like to see as well. That's the digital readout for the heater as well, so they've sent the right version. That's good to see. That's the fuel pump. That's obviously what takes the fuel out the external tank and into the heater. And then in there we've got the mounting plate that'll sit underneath. That's your fuel line. Your electronics cables to connect the controller to the actual heater unit and for the power. That looks as though there's a hell of a lot of hose clips in there. Some of them are going to be for the ducting, some of them are going to be for the exhaust pipes, this, that, the other. And there's the fuel filter as well. One steel exhaust pipe, one inlet pipe, and one hot air vent pipe with an adjustable vent output as well. So it looks as though they've sent all of the actual right bits. I don't have to send anything back, which is good because you just never know. Sometimes with some of the Chinese orders, sometimes they will send out items that you either haven't ordered or incomplete kits. I've had that in the past. So this looks like it's a full unit. Everything's here that I'm going to need. And so the unit itself looks quite nice and neat. I thought it was going to be a little bit bigger than that. And as you can see, just by the size of my hand there against it, it's probably got 3 handlets width. So it's a nice little compact unit, really. It's the 2 kilowatt version, so it should provide plenty of warmth inside the van with no issues. So that is it unboxed pretty much. So now I'm going to try and get it all connected up and wired up onto a test bench. I'll show you how I get it all connected up, all the individual parts, and we'll give it a test fire and see what it's like. So now that's everything unboxed, I'm just going to give it a quick test fire. I'm not going to connect all of the clamps and hose clips, things like that, because as I say, this is just going to be a quick bench test fire just to make sure that everything connects up okay, the unit fires up okay, see how easy it is to make sure everything gets connected up, things like that. And then, as I say, when it's going to be getting installed inside the van, I'll do a full entire installation video showing how I fit this inside my VW T5 that I've bought this for. So as I say, now everything's out on the test bench, let's get everything connected up, see how easy it is, and see how quickly and easily it's all, get it all wired up and fired up. Right, so there we go, that should be everything all wired up and connected up. The only thing left to do now is just to add the wires onto a test battery, add some fuel to the tank and give it a test fire up. As you can see, I've tapped in for the fuel straight into the plastic tank. That's going straight through into the fuel filter, round a little bend into the fuel pump. Obviously you do need to pay attention to the flow direction, everything should generally be marked. Through the fuel pump, all the way through the fuel lines and up into the filter, into the heater. Now for the inlet and exhausts, they are again marked, so you want the plastic tub going on for the inlet and the metal one for the exhaust. Now if you did buy one with the silencer, that should then just fit straight onto the end there as well. Again, I'm not going to be clamping all of these in place because it all needs to come back off when I go and fit it into the van. So this is just, as I say, more of a case of doing a test fit, just to make sure that the actual heat is working and everything's working as it should. So now I'm just going to fill some diesel into the tank, get the wires connected up, and we'll give it a test fire. So to do the first test fire, you do need to actually prime the fuel system with diesel first, otherwise it's just going to be sucking air through and it's not going to get anywhere. Thankfully this little manual did have a setting to show how to actually get the fuel flowing. So as you can hear there, the fuel pump's clicking away. And it should slowly be starting to fill up the filter, and it should then start to pump the actual fuel through. Once that's through, then we'll be able to give it a test fire. Right, so all of the fuel line is fully primed now. I've had the pump running for a couple of minutes, and I've literally watched the fuel just slowly chug its way all the way down the fuel line. Now I did cut some of the fuel line off yesterday, because with this just being a test setup and a test bench, it's pointless running and priming full 2 meters worth of fuel pipe just to give it a test fire and a test run. So I've just put a little length just going between the pump and the actual unit itself now as well. I've just been running the pump to prime the lines, and now that's all done, it should just be a case of firing it up, leaving it for a minute while it initiates itself, and hopefully within a minute or two we'll have some nice warm air coming out the end. So now it's all connected, it's on the battery. As I say, all the fuel lines primed up, so it should just be a case of pushing power, and away we go. So you can see it's certainly firing up, because there's nice warm exhaust gases coming out at the end of the exhaust there. Just waiting for the actual full heater to kick in. Right, so as you can probably hear, the actual full heater is now up and running now. Got some nice warm air coming out of the air outlet. As I say, there's probably even hotter air coming out of the exhaust at the moment. But as I say, this is still warming up, and you can still see on there it's not quite at its full temperature yet either. So it's still got another bar to go. But as a test fire and a test run, it shows that it's all working fine. It shows that the exhaust and the intake are all working okay, the pump's working fine. You can still see there's a couple of little bubbles in this fuel line here, but as I say, this is just a test setup, so that doesn't really matter. And they are slowly getting worked through the line anyway, as you can see. It's starting to get nice and toasty on the outlet there as well. So there we go. There is my fully set up, fully working and tested Chinese diesel heater. That's it. I'm going to do a full installation video when I do get around to putting this into the van as well, so do hit that subscribe button below. Give the video a good old thumbs up if you found it useful. Check out my channel, because I'm going to be uploading a troubleshooting video on this, which will document any and all errors that I might encounter while setting this up. So I say, do have a look at my channel. There's going to be more videos to come on this heater, the installation, troubleshooting, this, that, the other, as well as all sorts of other camper conversion videos as well. So, as I say, if you found this video useful, leave a comment and give a good old thumbs up. Hopefully, I'll see you on the next video of my channel. Thanks for watching. Cheers.